guys, today I'm going to talk about the future of work trends. Now that term future of work has been around for quite some time, but I had to do some research and I think it's becoming more and more common, that phrase. I first used it in 2018 when I was part of a women's group on Telegram, which is a social network and messaging app. We ended up talking a lot about future of work, and now that we have AI, there's a lot more of that. So in this video, we're going to cover 5 future of work trends. And it's important to pay attention to it because it's impacting how you work and it's also impacting how you live. So let's get started. Remote and hybrid work, that's going to continue. COVID-19 has allowed us to work remotely. And what that allowed us to do is to restructure our workday, our social life, and also our lifestyle. That's not going to change. With many companies, when they're blending in office and remote work, it's allowing employees to have more autonomy. What is also happening is that because of remote work options, we are more mobile. We're actually becoming more like digital nomads where we can pick up and go. And that's actually has an impact on Airbnb and hotel prices. As I travel for work, I stay in Airbnbs and I see that in some places the Airbnb rate has doubled or tripled. With remote work, we have more opportunities to hire global talent pool, meaning employers are now hiring across the world. And my friend, she works at a bank in Philadelphia, and they've actually had a hiring freeze on US citizens. They're hiring from abroad. That could be great for people who are international or from abroad, but it may not be so great for the local talent pool. So there's a balance in everything. Number 2, increase focus on employee well-being. As you know, when you have remote work, you're not working from 9 to 5. You may take a longer lunch break and you may work till the night. So there's not a clear boundary or work-life balance. With more flexibility, there's more expectation for you to be on or logged in, and that creates some sort of stress, and it also impacts relationships. For me, when I'm working on my YouTube channel, I get really inspired. I get into the flow and I forget that it's 9 o'clock and dinner was supposed to be at 7. At 9, I'm starving, and I realized, like, wait a minute, it's dark outside and I'm still working. There's going to be that even more focus on mental health, but also productivity tools that help us stay productive within time constraints. I think that time is your most precious resource. There's going to be more focus on how do we creatively have more time without feeling like we burn out. I don't know if you've ever experienced burnout, but burnout is when you can't get out of bed for a few weeks, or you're sick for a few weeks, or you're not even motivated, or you can't eat for a few weeks, sometimes a few months. And I've had that one time. I had burnout for 9 months. And it's scary because like you have no inspiration, no energy, and you don't know what's wrong with you. You go to the doctor and they tell you you don't have the flu, get home and rest, but you rest and you still cannot feel rested. That's pretty scary. And I'm probably going to create another video on how to avoid burnout. It's a big topic that's coming up. So number 3, we're going to be seeing AI-driven workflows. And I've taken some notes here, and that's automation and artificial intelligence are transforming industries. We know that. But we're going to actually improve our decision making for things that matter rather than doing the menial tasks. We get to actually be more complex in our thinking on and how to integrate all of these tools, because it does require a certain technical literacy that not a lot of people have, or digital literacy. And I do think that we're moving a lot faster into the digital space and technical space that we have a difficult time catching up and being literate. We are going to see more collaborative tools like Microsoft Teams, Slack, and Zoom becoming a normal mode of communication, and it's going to evolve into support functions, which I'm pretty excited about. And then digital upskilling. There's going to be a greater emphasis on improving our skills and being digitally literate. 100 years ago, we were thinking about how to be literate in general, how to be economically, financially literate. Now we have to be digitally literate. How do we use all these tools, and how do we combine all these tools to structure our work and lifestyle? Number 4, emphasis on skills over roles. So instead of thinking about this is your role and you're a manager and this is what you have to do, we're going to focus on these are your skills. How do these skills fit into corporate culture? Not how does your role or work experience fit into corporate culture, because the technology has evolved so fast just in the last 2 years with ChatGPT, and our social environment has changed. That there's going to be a lot more focus on the integration of all these skills that you've learned with AI and just digitization of work. There's going to be that more support around lifelong learning, so continuous education, online courses to teach people how to use these tools. And also there's going to be more emphasis on cross-functional roles, which employees are taking on diverse responsibility that leverage multiple skill sets. You're not going to just be doing one thing, you're going to be wearing many hats, and that can overwhelm people who have ADHD. It's a great opportunity. We're also going to need to put a greater emphasis on emotional intelligence and empathy, because with all of this new things in the market, it's creating a lot of confusion, and we're almost taking out the social aspect because we're so much behind our screen. I think that another trend, which is going to go in the next point, number 5, is emphasis on emotional managers, like emotional agents, the agents who are specializing in emotional intelligence to help us cope with these changes. And that goes along with like green workplaces, where employers are committing to sustainable practices such as reducing carbon footprint, creating more eco-friendly spaces for people to feel more connected to nature and being more connected as human beings. So there's going to be like environmental manipulation of our own space. I think there's going to be a more need for coaches that help us cope with the digitization of work and even our lifestyle. And lastly, we're going to see more people demanding purpose and value-driven cultures. Like instead of just looking at salary and roles, they'll say, well, does this job or these skills align not only with my skills, but along with my life purpose? And this is especially appealing to younger generations who are prioritizing companies with missions aligned with social and environmental goals. So that's going to be important. And of course, social impact roles, where businesses are creating roles focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, that's becoming now a standard. I hope that these 5 trends around future of work has given you some sort of perspective and widened your understanding of work life. To sum it up, so basically the future of work emphasizes flexibility, technology, and people first approach, which is interesting because is the people first approach necessary because we are so much changing our lifestyle with digitization? Is the emphasis on people first a priority because so much of what we do is moved into the digital space? So is that a way to balance how much we are integrated digitally? It's all these questions I think are important to ask, and I'm kind of curious to see what you think. And if you want to leave some questions, I actually do lives every Monday and I address some of these questions. It's 12 o'clock Eastern Standard, so make sure to check it out. I should be doing one soon. It's every Monday. I think in general there's a lot of exciting times. And next topic I'm going to focus on is empathy economy. I did mention gig economy, hobby economy, and empathy economy. I think every trend has tied to an economy, but I want to talk about empathy economy because that is linked to the thank you economy that Gary Vee talks about. He's an investor and also a marketer. I've been watching him for a few years now, and I've actually tested some of his theories, and it has helped me in my business, but also in my personal life. So I want to share some of the principles he talks about empathy and thanking others as a way of helping promote business. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that episode. And as always, do the best that you can every day.